Okay, we're on a 2004 Jeep Wrangler. It's a TJ. It does have the 4-liter straight 6 in it. And we're just going to do a quick walkthrough using the MS906TS. Any of the MS906 version scan tools from Autel should have all these same active test and special functions that we're going to go through. So what we're going to do, well, first I'll go ahead and do hot functions, just so you'll see what is under hot functions for this particular vehicle. You got 3 different icons here. Doesn't necessarily mean that all 3 will be applicable to that vehicle, but if you wanted to reset your oil, do a brake bleed, or program a key, this would be the quickest way to get to that function without having to dig through all the modules and features to find it. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to diagnose. I'm going to hit control unit so I can individually select the modules I want to go into. And if you've watched any of my other videos on these walkthroughs, I just quickly go through each page and we look at the special functions and the active test that this scan tool will perform on the particular vehicle. So I'll hit powertrain. We're going to hit ECM. And of course you got a couple different things going on here. You got a clear PCM that's right here. You got a system check that's right here. But for this video, to keep it short so people don't lose interest, we're just going to concentrate on the active test and the special function features. That's what makes these higher dollar scan tools worth the money that people pay for them. So we're going to hit active test first. And down here you can see the 4 dots. That means that there's 4 pages of different tests that you can perform on this vehicle. So if you look here, you've got coil test, fuel injector test. You can set the RPM at different RPM ranges. Second page, there you go. You can ramp the RPM up. The IEC stepper motor, which is basically what this would be doing if you tried to set the RPM to say 1800. If it didn't go, more than likely the IEC stepper motor is not working. Of course, your ASD fuel system test, all solenoids and relays test. There's your fan, your AC clutch, EVAT. So if you had an issue with any of this stuff, you could use the scan tool to activate it. You can use a test light down at the connector to make sure the computer is able to to supply the signal. And here's the 4th page. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go back. We're going to go to special functions. Special functions is like the next step above what active tests do. Of course, you got your clear DTCs, which is, I'm surprised that's actually in special functions. Usually that's a whole separate option before you even get to special functions. Reset memory, check the VIN in the PCM, clear the powertrain module. Basically, same thing as doing a battery disconnect. If you replace the catalyst, not exactly sure what catalyst replaced is going to do for you, but if you do, that would be where you would go to reset any modules that need to be reset or recalibrated because you got new catalyst, I guess. And set synchronization signal. I believe that's what sets the cam sensor and the crank sensor in sync. Okay, so that was the engine control module. Let's do transmission. And we'll do active test. There's it looks like all your different solenoids. You can activate them, make sure that they're working. And we'll do special functions. If you replaced the transmission, you've got an active, what do they call it? Activation option there to basically marry the transmission up to the vehicle so that it shifts right and all that. And I'll just let you look down through what you've got here on this vehicle. Okay. Back out of that, transfer case. that makes sense on these TJs because I don't know if they even offered any kind of an electronic transfer case. These TJ Jeeps are still the manual. You know, they're the old school. You physically shift them with a lever and a cable that shifts the transfer case into the different 4 high, 4 low, and 2-wheel drive. So it does not have a module. Shift lever sensor assembly. Not sure if it's actually got that. Nope, does not. Final drive control, all-wheel drive. I don't think it's going to have that either. That's the one thing that people like about these Wranglers is, you know, there's not a whole lot of electronics controlling the 4-wheel drive portion of the vehicle. That way, you know, a lot of people believe that's creates a more reliable vehicle if you're out, you know, in the backwoods. You don't have to worry about a module or an electronic problem. Okay, so what did we just click on here? Body control module, or body rather. Here's the BCM. I'm surprised it did not communicate with the body controller. May not have one. Like I say, this is a 2004 Jeep Wrangler, so there's probably going to be some of these modules that it does not have. Okay, so let's go into special functions here. Configure for AOSIM. Not exactly sure what that is. That's the airbag module, so I'm assuming it's going to configure it. If you had to replace the module, you'd be able to initialize it. Occupant classification. Nothing. Right side airbag. I don't even know if this Jeep has a right side airbag. Left side airbag. It does have a AC. That vehicle does have air conditioning. It's not automatic. It's a manual, but it does have AC. It must not have the module. I know it doesn't have automatic temp control. Central gateway. I don't know if this 2004 has a central gateway or not. Apparently not. Okay, mechanical. It does have a mechanical instrument cluster. Whether it has a separate module that controls the instrument cluster, don't know. And just so you know, so all these modules that it's saying it can't communicate with, those are modules that could be on other Jeeps. So they just list them here. So if you've got, say, a Cherokee's probably going to have more of these modules than what a Wrangler's going to have. Okay, so here we are. We are in, forgot what we pushed now. What was it? Oh, instrument cluster. Going to active test. Okay, there's the options for active test. Special functions. It's got tire size in the instrument cluster. That's different. We're going to go ahead and go into this just to see what options it's got. The current setting. Press OK to change. We're going to go ahead and hit OK. And there's the options that it's got to where you can change the tire size on this Jeep Wrangler. You can go all the way up to a 35. All you got to do is hit the button and you're changed. We're going to escape out of that. Go into FCM. And again, I don't know which modules this year range Jeep's going to have, so we're just going to click the ones, and if it doesn't have it, we'll move on to the other one, to the next one. Okay, must not have that module. Go to doors, and I can almost guarantee it's not going to have a door module. Power lift gate. Why'd I even click that? I know it doesn't have a power lift gate. Adjustable pedal module does not have adjustable pedals. Cabin heater is not going to have a cabin heater. Memory seats, no. Airbag on off switch. Does not have an airbag on off switch. Skim, it might have a skim. Don't know if this year Jeep does or not. Yes, it does. So let's go to active test. Okay, indicator lamp. The only option we got there, special function. So, central key mobilizer module replaced. If you replace the module, the skim module, you'll be able to put a new one in using the scan tool. PCM replaced. Program ignition keys. So you got some good options here. So you'll be able to get your vehicle started if you replace the PCM or the skim module on this vehicle. That's very good to know. Vehicle theft security. Okay. So let's go back, go to chassis. Okay, you got ABS. Don't know what we're going to have under ABS on this vehicle. The ABS may have actually been deactivated on this vehicle. They've got this vehicle's actually set up for off-road. They've got it lifted. They've done a lot of modification. They put a different rear axle with disc brakes on it and a lot of other stuff. So I don't know. Your typical Jeep should have ABS. This one, I don't know if it actually does or not. It's not going to have park assist, and it does not have a range sensor, so we're not going to click those. So anyway, that's pretty much everything that this scan tool has for a Jeep TJ Wrangler 2004 year model. Anyway, that's about it. You guys take care. We'll see you in the next one.